In the shadow of the oak where wild daisies lie, I first saw her 'neath that vast frontier sky. Her laughter danced with the breeze so free. In that old ghost town, she left her mark on me. Her eyes, they lingered on the sunset's gold, fleeting as a whisper, but in my soul they hold. A scarf of crimson tangled in the sage bound my heart to hers in an unspoken cage. Her eyes linger in the twilight sweet, echoes of goodbyes too heavy to keep. In every dusty trail and every storm that breaks, her gaze a haunting promise that never forsakes. Years rode by, the cabins fell to decay. The gravel road slowly faded away, but her scarf still hangs on that lonely porch swing, a testament to love and its perennial sting. The rains came down on the plain, so harsh, so wild, each drop a memory of the love we compiled. But the oak tree stands staunch against the wind's howl. Underneath I'm just a ghost of what once was a lone fowl. Her eyes linger in the twilight sweet, echoes of goodbyes too heavy to keep. In every dusty trail and every storm that breaks, her gaze a haunting promise that never forsakes. Now I roam these lands with her ghost by my side, a love lost to the winds, but in my heart she'll abide. An old saddle, an empty trail, the places we've been, in the silence of the desert, her spirit I glean. Her eyes linger like the last light on the ridge, a remnant of a dream from a long fallen bridge. And as the stars blanket the night with their glow, I hold on to the past, the only love I'll ever know. Her eyes linger, and oh how they still gleam, in the quiet of the night, in the depths of my dream.
Out where the oak tree shadows weave along the creek where I told you to leave, the gravel cracked under your boots so warm there in the dusk of that early morn. Your scarf, it danced a farewell in the breeze, left me alone with my memories. Lost trail remembers the echo of your laughter. Sunset bleeds like it knows what I'm after. Dust settles where your shadow fell. These winding paths, they sure feel like hell. Every stone, every thorn's an old friend on this lonely ride that never seems to end. Porch still creaks, but it's empty now. The door swings loose with a solemn vow. Rain taps on the windows, a sad old tune, under the watch of a cold silver moon. The saddle hangs untouched, it's true, just like the heart you broke into. Lost trail remembers the echo of your laughter. Sunset bleeds like it knows what I'm after. Dust settles where your shadow fell. It's winding past the shore, feel like hell. Every stone, every thorn's an old friend on this lonely ride that never seems to end. What's left of love when the fire burns out? Just ash gray skies and a heart full of drought. But that old pine box where dreams lay to rest keeps you alive, pounding deep in my chest. Lost trail remembers and never forgets the laughs, the tears, and those sunset regrets. I walk these roads beneath stars overhead with you, my ghost, and the words never said. Every step, every sigh's a desperate plea on this lonely trail where you're still with me.
On a tired old porch where the sad moonlight weaves through the cracks of the boards like stains in my sleeves, there's a whisper of you in the sigh of the trees, and the scarf you left sways like a prayer in the breeze. Old cabin holds echoes of our laughter's lease, now just shadows that flicker with each cold increase. Oh, the porch waits like my heart in the dimming light for the steps that once danced in the dust of twilight. Each creak is a call through the silence of night. Porch waits and I'm lost in the drift of your sight. The gravel road's quieter since you took your leave, and the rain smells of memories that I can't conceive. Where wildflowers grew now lies a blanket of sheaves, and the saddle rides lower as my spirit bereaves. Every sunset bleeds colors you wouldn't believe, but they fade into gray as I sit here and grieve. Oh, the porch waits like my heart in the waning glow for a whisper of footsteps from the life I know. Every sunset's a memory, a tender low echo. Porch waits and my heart can't seem to let go. Is it the wind or your voice calling soft and slow in the whisper of leaves in the winter's first snow? I find traces of you in the embers' faint glow. With each star's gentle twinkle, my memories flow. Oh, the porch waits like my heart where the shadows play in the silence left behind at the close of day. Each creek speaks your name in a longing fray. Porch waits and I'm fading in the same old way. So here I'll stay, a silhouette neath the sky so vast. The porch waits and I'm tethered to the echoes past. in the dance of the dust, where our love was cast. I'll wait till the stars and the heavens are past.
In the shade of an old oak tree, we carved our names in 53 on that wild edge of Sundown Creek, where the water whispers deep. Her eyes like the twilight sky, starlit dreams and whispered sighs. We shared the silences that speak beneath the branches creaking weak. Her eyes said nothing as she turned away, like a prairie wind, cold and gray. All the promises whispered soft and low, faded like the footprints in the snow. Now the oak tree stands alone, names weathered like old bone. The cabin's empty windows stare like hollow eyes in the prairie air. Scarves she left hang on the rack alongside my dusty hat. Memories in each thread and seam, now just shadows in my dreams. Her eyes said nothing as she walked to the dawn, leaving me with the silence and the echoes now gone. All the laughter that filled the night now just whispers in the fading light. On a gravel road I ride astray, with every sunset marking the day. The trails we walked are overgrown, this wandering life I roam alone. But in the quiet towns, under starry shrouds, I see her face in the crowd, a ghost in my heart, never truly apart. Her silence a haunting art. Her eyes said nothing, yet they said it all. In every fading echo I hear her call, through the dust and the wind, under spacious skies. I'll wander forever where her memory lies. Her eyes said nothing, oh, but her heart was a wild song. At the edge where the oak trees meet the sky, I found your scarf, blue as a stormy July. The river band whispered your sweet goodbye under a canvas painted with sunset sight. You hear the river band echoes calling me home to the ghost of your laughter, where wild winds roam. My heart rides the trails where we used to roam, but those paths are just memories fading alone. The porch still creaks like it did before,
My boots sound hollow on the wooden floor. Rain taps the windows, but doesn't bring more than the echo of kisses that time can't restore. Hear the river band echoes calling me home to the ghost of your laughter where wild winds roam. My heart rides the trails where we used to roam, but those paths are just memories fading alone. In the dust of the trail where our dreams used to lie, I chase the sunset where old lovers sigh, lost in the whispers of a silvery sky. Love's a shadow that never quite says goodbye. So I'll listen for you in the riverband's moan, among the echo of steps on gravel once known. The heart may wander, but always it's shown wherever I roam. Your memory's my home. On the edge of Oakley's meadow, neath the shadow dance of trees, rested an old porch swing, whispering with a breeze. Carved our names within its timbers in the days when love was wild. Every creek beneath the oak recalls the laughter of a child. Oh, the swing held tight as the sun dipped low in the arms of the horizon, where my heart still yearns to go. The dust wraps round like a scarf, worn and light, and the stars peek through the heavens on this solitary night. Years like rivers they have flowed through the valley's dust and stone, leaving boots worn and a saddle, resting empty and alone. That oak has grown its branches wide, like the roads I've come to roam. Yet underneath its ancient shade, a phantom of home. The swing held tight as the winds grew cold, embracing silent cabins where our tales no more are told. The rain taps soft on the tin roof's ply, mimicking the teardrops in the echoes of the night. So here's to the gravel paths and the trails that fade away, to the love that was and the twilight's gentle sway. I've wandered far with a restless heart beneath the endless sky, but that swing it sways, a lonesome lullaby. Yes, the swing held tight, but the world let go in the quiet of the evening where the lonely rivers flow. Hold me close On the back roads where the oak trees guard the secrets, where our names were etched in bark now blurred by years, there's a whisper in the wind like mournful lyrics, spun by dust and sunset wrapped in old frontiers. An empty cabin holds the laughter we left hanging. Faded curtains dance to tunes of yesterday. Every gravel path we walk now seems so straining, since the winds of time have blown your sin away. Back road whispers calling through the twilight. My heart rides every trail we used to roam, with the loneliness of stars in the deep night. Those silent roads forever now my home. The porch still creaks under my worn out boots tread. Remnants of the rain like tears the wood is caught. This saddle here where once your scarf had laid its head now just holds the weight of dreams that time forgot. A town that once thrummed with our laughter now just echoes. Rooms filled with the ghosts of your tender fleeting touch. In the solitude of dawn, my heart still reckons with the emptiness no new love can unclutch. Back road whispers calling through the twilight. My heart rides every trail we used to roam, with the loneliness of stars in the deep night. Those silent roads forever now my home. So I'll saddle up though the north wind feels much colder, ride the shadow trails where our memories lay thick. Each hoofbeat drums a beat upon my shoulder of every whispered promise we couldn't stick. Back road whispers now my soul companions, echoes of a love that's drifting like the foam beneath the vast unyielding starlit canyons. I ride the whispering roads forever home. They say in time even cowboys find their pardons, but on these back road whispers I roam alone. Under the shade of an old oak tree, where the river bends and sighs softly, we carved our names, young and free in the wild. Her laughter danced, sweet as the evening mild. The oak stood witness to vows softly spoken beneath its boughs. A heart was once unbroken. Oak tree whispers in the dusky twilight. Memories flutter like leaves in the night. Her scarf, a faded red against the bark, in the quiet town where she left her mark. Oh, how the silence speaks in what remains. The oak tree whispers echo in my pains. Years rolled like tumbleweeds through the plains. Her path veered far from these gravel lanes. The porch we built, now old and worn, holds a ghost of the love that I mourn, where once her laughter filled the summer air. Now only echoes meet my solemn stare. Oak tree whispers in the fading light. memories darken like the coming night. Her scarf still clinging to dreams gone stark in the quiet town that hides in the dark. Oh, how the shadows move where we once lay. The oak tree whispers calling me to stay. Oh, the saddle rests on the dusty beam beside the boots that chased our fleeting dream. The rains have come and washed away the traces, but not the yearning from these empty spaces. Oak tree whispers while the cold wind sweeps through the fields where the old love weeps. Her scarf, a relic of a past so stark in the quiet town, now forever dark. Oh, how the heart holds tight what it can't replace. The oak tree whispers lost in time's embrace. In the shadow of the oak, where the wild river's been, lies a memory of her, where the earth and sky blend. Sunset wrapped her in a shawl, all tattered and red, on that old wooden porch, where our dreams were softly said. Oh, the wind closed her eyes with whispers soft and sweet, and the trails we once walked now bear no trace of our feet. My heart rides these empty plains under cloudless grieving skies, for in the whisper of the trees the wind closed her eyes. There's an old cabin standing, warmed by time and by rain. Its door creaks like the saddles that we rode through the pain. Gravel roads keep on winding through fields of dry golden grain, but her laughter's just an echo from the storms that never wane. Oh, the wind closed her eyes with whispers soft and sweet, and the trails we once walked now bear no trace of our feet. My heart rides these empty plains under cloudless grieving skies, for in the whisper of the trees the wind closed her eyes. Now I wander through the silence of paths we used to roam, each step a heavy verse in this earthbound tone, lost in the symphony of a lonesome fading day. My soul finds solace as the skies turn to gray. Yes, the wind closed her eyes and the world just passed us by, in the dust of the trail under that wide open sky. Still I roam these quiet towns where our love was once surprised, forever haunted, forever bound, where the wind closed her eyes. So I sing to the mountains and to the stars above about a whisper in the pines and the woman I still love. Every sunset takes a breath and every nightfall replies to the tale of a cowboy where the wind closed her eyes. In the shadow of the old oak tree where the creek sings low to me, there's a cabin with a shattered pane. Echoes of you still remain. We carved our names in that worn wood, promised forever as best we could. The scarf you left hangs on the porch, gone like the flame from a spent-out torch. Shattered glass and echoes, wild winds upon the meadow, every whisper in the grass, a piece of a love that couldn't last. Sunset bleeds but won't forget, the silhouette of sweet regret, where shadows merge and rivers pass. All that remains are shattered glass echoes. Gravel roads where we once roamed, now just tracks to a lonesome home. Thunder rolls over plains so wide, but it's quiet where my heart resides. Dust settles on the empty chair, fading trails of memories there. An old saddle dry and worn, like the leather of love, weathered and torn. Shattered glass and echoes, wild winds upon the meadow, every whisper in the grass, a piece of a love that couldn't last. Sunset bleeds but won't forget, the silhouette of sweet regret, where shadows merge and rivers pass. All that remains are shattered echoes. Under stars that watched us then, do they know we can't begin again? The night breathes deep, the coyote calls, and dreams of dancing in old town halls. I reach for you, but just embrace the empty night, the open space. Shattered glass and echoes, this cowboy's heart is fallow. Every whisper in the grass tells of a love that's meant to last. Though paths diverge and lovers part, you're the sunset that grips my heart. In the quiet hum of the fading past, I live in the sound of shattered glass echoes. In the chill of dawn's first light, I hold on to the echoes of our last goodnight. On the edge of quiet town, beneath the shadows of the oaks, she laughed while the porch swing danced to tunes we never spoke. That old scarf she left behind still dances in the wind, each thread a whispered memory of days that never end. Her goodbye died young on that gravel road where the sunset bleeds and the cold winds blow. I ride these trails along with the doves, her laughter echoes in every speck of dust. The cabin stands empty where we once dreamed aloud. Windows stare blankly at the encroaching shroud. Our love, like the leather of my worn out saddle, grew weathered and faded, lost in the battle. Goodbye died young on that gravel road where the sunset bleeds and the cold rains flow. I trace old paths where her footsteps wane, Under the oak tree, only silence remains. Oh, the oak tree knows how long I've stood, roots deep in sorrow, misunderstood. The horizon calls with its fiery hue, but every fading light just brings me back to you. Her goodbye died young, but her spirit flies over wild lands beneath these aching skies. I'll carry her song, a soft and lonesome sound, in the heart of a cowboy where true love is bound. On that old porch swing, I'll sway till it's found. Out where the sunset kisses the oak tree's sleepy heads, we carved our names inside a heart upon the old porch slab. Her laugh was like the wind that dances through the canyon wild, echoed in the valley where we dreamed beneath the skies. But dreams like rivers twist and vanish in the plains, leaving just a whisper in the boughs where we once lay. Her laugh shut the door on a love that's no more, as the stars went dim and the cold winds tore. In every whispered breeze, in the rustle of the leaves, I hear the goodbye she never said, as it echoes in the trees. Now the gravel road's a friend, its dust coats my boots. Each step away from what we had, a pain that roots and shoots. The cabin stands empty like the hollow in my chest, windows staring blankly at the life we once possessed. Her scarf still clings to the saddle, like her hand in mine, a faded trail of memories lost within the pines. Her laugh shut the door on a love that's no more, as the stars went dim and the cold winds tore. In every whispered breeze, in the rustle of the leaves, I hear the goodbye she never said, as it echoes in the trees. Maybe roads are for the roaming, maybe nights for the lone, but each sunset bleeds the same colors where her smile once shone. And if pain is a reminder of the love you've got to lose, then I'll bear this cross forever with her laughter as my muse. Her laugh shut the door on a love that's no more, as the stars went dim and the cold winds tore. Now every fading light on these lonely, restless nights brings her back to my side neath the ghostly moonlight. Yes, her laugh shut the door, and oh how it tore. Yet in the quiet of the dawn, I swear it opens once
once more. Out where the oak tree shadows lay long on the ground, a woven scarf blue as the prairie sky I found. Right by the porch where we'd sit when day was done, where whispers danced with the setting sun. Scarf shut the door on what we used to be, leaving me with raging winds and memory. Underneath the starlit dome, so vast and wide, I roam alone with your ghost by my side. Now the cabin's empty, the fire's just cold ash. Gravel roads echo with our forgotten laughs. Where wildflowers bloom, now there's just the rain, washing away dreams, leaving behind the pain. Scarf shut the door on all we used to know, lost in dust clouds where once wild rivers flow. On faded trails my lonesome heart does ride, seeking what's gone with shadows as my guide. Old saddle creaks as I whisper to the breeze, tales of a love as deep as the endless seas. Yet here I wander, a shadow in the dust, holding on to a memory wrapped in twilight's husk. Scarf shut the door, but still I feel you near, in the cry of the night hawk, sharp and clear. I'll ride these lands where sorrow softly pours, forever bound to what was once ours. Scarf shut the door, yet love never ignores. Farewell, my dear, till I find peace where these old rivers bend. In the valley where the cottonwoods remember, my love carved her name on a forgotten old oak. Underneath the sky's amber, we promised forever. Her shadow mingled with mine, neither of us spoke. The wind was our witness, whispering through the grass. As the sun dipped low, our love was cast. Oh, his shadow stood still on that dusty graveled road, where the echoes of her laughter once filled the air. Now I roam like a ghost in the places we once roamed. In the silence all I find is her absence there. Years drift like tumbleweeds over old trails,
cabin by the creek stands quiet and forlorn. Her scarf still hangs on a rusty old nail, a faded fragment of the days now torn. The porch creaks under steps of solitude, where once we danced to life's sweet tune. His shadow stood still on that dusty graveled road, where the echoes of her laughter once filled the air. Now I roam like a ghost in the places we once roamed, and the wind carries whispers of a love now spared. Oh, how the rains came down like sorrow from above, washing away the tracks we made side by side. Yet in every storm I searched the clouds for our lost love, hoping the raindrops speak of where her love resides. His shadow stood still, but mine's cast long and thin on paths unwalked and sunsets growing dim. If I could ride back to where our world began, I tell her I still see her in every shadow, every span. Yes, his shadow stood still as I journeyed to fulfill the promise of a love time cannot kill. Under the shadow of an old oak tree, I penned a letter, edges worn like an old saddle seam. The ink was mixed with the dust of the trail. Words faded like my voice on the wind of the veil. Paper held the scent of rain on dry earth, each word a whisper of what our love was worth. And though that goodbye letter sank in the river's heart, drifted away under skies that tear old dreams apart. Sunset's fire burns cold in the lonely cowboy's night, where once love thrived, now only twilight. The porch still creaks with memories of our laughter, and gravel roads keep the trace of our chapters. But the cabin stands empty, a shell of yesterday, where echoes of your footsteps slowly decay. The scarf you left behind flutters in the breeze, a flag of surrender to the siege of memories. Oh, that goodbye letter sank in the river's heart, drifted away under skies that tear old dreams apart. Sunset's fire burns cold in the lonely cowboy's night, where once love thrives, now only twilight. In the silence of the plains, I feel your absence
absence near, each star a tear in the fabric of the atmosphere. The trails grow over, the wildflowers bow their heads, nature's soft laments for the love that treads. So that goodbye letter sank, and with it my resolve, in the endless river flow where our sweet past dissolves. I ride under the fading light with a heart that can't forget. A cowboy wanders on in the twilight of regret.
Banks where the willow trees sway, there's a campfire we built one summer's day, under skies vast and blue as your eyes, on the soft bed of earth where my lone heart lies. We carved our dreams in the bark of an oak, shared whispered tales with the smoke. But the river rose on its stormy night, washed away the fire that once burned so bright. Now I roam through the towns, past the doors you once knew. Every sunset's a memory fading like the dew. Love's like a trail that just winds and winds, campfire washed away, leaving only vines. Now the cabin stands empty, the windows all bare, like the hollow in my chest filled with cold prairie air. Where we danced on the porch, the old record spun, a melody lost to the silence to come. Gravel road stretch and touched by your tread, the saddle's untouched like the words we left unsaid. But the river rose on that stormy night, washed away the fire that once burned so bright. Now I roam past the porches under ghostly moon's hue, each step a reminder of the love that once grew. Love's like a shadow in the twilight's deep binds, campfire washed away, leaving echoes behind. So deep, find the scarf you once wore. Is it still mine to keep? As the stars wheel above in their cold distant play, the darkness holds tight where your warmth used to lay. And the river keeps rising like my heart's mournful cry, washing over old memories that refuse to die. Every campfire I build, every flame I set free, is a prayer that someday your shadow returns to me. Love's a story that ends where it once did begin. Campfire washed away, but the embers still spin. On the edge of a prairie, where the tall oak tree stands, I met you in the glow of June under star-stitched bands. Your scarf had danced a silent waltz on the breath of the plains. By the lantern's light on that porch, love declared its claims. Lantern echoed echoes in the wind, calling out your name. Whispers haunt these empty trails where once we laid our claim. Sunset's fire burns the sky, but cold's a heart so flame. Lost in echoes my soul rides, bound in love's own chain. The oak's now bent under time's relentless rain. That old wooden porch has succumbed to the rain. Your laughter once filled the valleys, now it's just the wind sweeping through the ghost town of our dreams thin. Lantern echoes in the wind, calling out your name. Whispers haunt these empty trails where once we laid our claim. Sunset's fire burns the sky, but cold's a heart's old flame. Lost in echoes my soul rides, bound in love's own chain. In the dust of the gravel road, under boots worn and frayed, I wander with these memories through the sunlight and the shade. Each echo a reminder of what can't be unchanged. A cowboy's heart forever roams, but always stays enchained. Lantern echoes fading soft as the night claims the land. I'm a shadow riding solo with your memory in hand. Though the heart may wander and the soul must roam, in the echoes of our lantern light I'll forever find my home. Lantern echoes, lantern echoes, a cowboy's lonesome serenade. In the shadow of the oak, where the wild river's been, I first saw her face in the light of dawn's ascent. The wind whispers secrets through her flowing hair, as if the heavens knew it was more than I could bear. Lonely cabin walls of memories where our laughter danced on a cold morning that died young, where we once chanced. Oh, how the lonely winds now moan, calling me back to what I've known. Underneath this endless sky I roam, with a heart that beats and a love outgrown. Cold morning died young, but the pain lingers on. In the echoes of the dusk my heart's withdrawn. Years have turned like the pages of a dusty, worn-out book. The trails we walked are overgrown, no second look. That old porch swing sways, creaking with my every solitary stride. Where we once sat close, now just shadows there reside. The scarf she left still smells of lilac dreams, fading like the sun sets into silent silver streams. Oh, how the lonely winds now moan, calling me back to what I've known. Underneath this endless sky I roam, with a heart that beats and a love outgrown. Cold morning died young, but the pain lingers on. In the echoes of the dusk my heart's withdrawn. On gravel roads I wander, with her whispers in the rain, an old saddle for a companion, bearing all my pain. What's left is just a cowboy, a shadow in the dust, living on the memories of a lost and tender trust. Oh, how the lonely winds now moan, each call a memory overthrown. Beneath this boundless bleeding sky I roam, holding on to a love that's dead and gone. Cold morning died young, as all dreams must, but in the heart of a cowboy, love never turns to dust. In the shadow of the oak, where our names are carved deep, under skies wide and blue, are the promises we keep. By the creek's gentle murmur, we laugh through the day. Now nothing but the whisper of the leaves where they sway. Old porch creaks lonely as the evening sun fades. I'm clinging to the ghosts of your soft, fleeting shades. But love walked away like the setting sun's glow, left me with the stars and the cold winds blow. Riding trails of solitude where my heart can't sway, through the dust and the twilight, since love walked away. Saddle sits heavy on an old tired steed, riding paths grown over where your laughter once lead. The scarf you left behind now faded and worn, like the dreams we once had now tattered and torn. That old gravel road, untouched by new rain, keeps holding the tracks of your leaving train. But love walked away like the setting sun's glow, left me with the stars and the cold winds blow. Riding trails of solitude where my heart can't sway, through the dust and the twilight, since love walked away. So here's to the silence, and here's to the night, to the memories that haunt me till the morning light. May the moon guide my path as I wander astray, in the lands that know secrets of where you lay. Yes, love walked away like the setting sun's glow, left me with the stars and the cold winds blow. Riding trails of solitude where my heart can't sway, through the dust and the twilight, since love walked away. And if time is a healer, why's it hurt still the same as I tread on this ground, softly whispering your name? Maybe love's just a shadow in the fading days, light a tale told by a cowboy to the stars in the night. Out by the windy oaks of old, where whispers haunt the air, I found your flannel shirt threadbare draped on that wooden chair. The porch creaks underfoot, speaks soft of days when you were near. Rustling leaves and the sunset's gold, it's here I feel you, dear. Flannel shirt burns in the dying light, my heart yearns for your touch in the cold twilight where memory turns. Each thread a story, a whispered sigh, in this quiet prairie town under that vast empty sky. Gone now the laughter, the coffee steams alone at dawn. Empty boots by the door, echo of a love withdrawn. Dusty trails stretch out like fingers from a forgotten hand. Riding these plains, my shadow's the only thing that stands. Flannel shirt burns in the fading light, my soul yearns for your scarf in the chill of night where the candle burns. Each thread a promise, a silent cry, in this hollow cabin life under the vast endless sky. In the whisper of the creek I hear your name, it's calling soft to me along the gravel roads under the oak tree shade. We were meant to be, here I stand amidst the dust and rain, holding on to memories like the earth holds on to pain. Flannel shirt burns in the twilight's embrace, my mind turns to the love lost in this silent sacred place, where my heart yearns, each ember a chapter closed, a dream that dies. On this lonely trail I walk, where the old flannel shirt lies, let it burn, let it fade with the sunset's last light as the colors all cascade, where the oak whispers low under the stars' gentle glow. I'll remember, always remember as I go.